Hello, everyone. We're gonna wait on Bucho or Chris to actually let us know we are successful because it could go either
We
way.
good. We launched.
We're good. We're sexy.
Yeah, I see us.
You know what? One day I'm gonna actually just start
Oh,
us, and
Chris
we're
has
gonna.
sound off. Shit.
Really? Is the sound actually off? Of
I don't
course it
know.
is.
Base, can
Of
you hear
course.
us?
We have vision. Is it
Yeah, I
all
see it.
sound? Because I'm seeing you guys coming through. Hmm. I told y'all it's always something.
Always something.
It's so weird.
A
Oh,
sound now.
sound
There we
now.
go.
I didn't change any settings, so that must have been a weird Twitch glitch. Y'all good? Y'all can actually hear us? I see Chris saying yes. I can see and hear. Then we are cooking with grease. We'll send thoughts and prayers to everyone else. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Symphony. Symphony Entertainment Gaming and Arts is my gaming company. I told y'all something was going to break. That focuses on horror systems, indie games, organic content, and player agency in an effort to bring a symphonic approach to horror role playing. I am your host, Bridgett Jeffries, and this afternoon we are back with Symphony Sonatas. I am your host, not your GM, because we're going to get to the award-winning writer, Adam Alexander, in just a moment. But what is a symphony sonata? Well, they are a little creation that I spun up for this stream that is 60 minutes of improvised horror. I cannot tell you what's going to happen because honestly, not knowing is most of the fun. So if you are watching live, definitely hop into the chat and chaos monkey us. We are ready for it. Chris is already thirsty and ready to go, and Bucho is here. It's going to be a bad day anyways. Throw out your ideas, your commentary, and we may try to incorporate it in real time into the game. Quick announcement, Symphony Entertainment does have a Patreon. So if you like this content and would like to help us create more of it, please consider backing us at patreon.com/symphony Entertainment. So, without further ado, let us unveil this cast. Cast members, please introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are, where people can find you, some of the things you can do. And today, what your favorite color is, we are going to kick it off with my bae over here, Pineapple, Matt.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Matt. People also know me as Doc. I'm a chemistry professor by day and working on writing more stuff for Call of Cthulhu by night. As the bot says, please help my first scenario get to silver. We are one sale short. So if somebody today in the next hour wants to be a hero, please do. Also things I'm working on, if anybody wants to drive to Western Pennsylvania and see Death Trap by Ira Levin, put on at the Community Arts Center of Cambria County, come on by, check it out, see what all the fuss is about. And my favorite color is a nice deep blue.
A nice
calming blue.
Blue. Oh, I liked it. Is that blue present in the overlay? Is it something close to that? Some of that blue that we're seeing in the overlay?
Yeah, that's a good blue. That's a very, very satisfying blue.
All right, yeah, I don't believe you, but we're going to rock out with that one. Hey, what are the dates of the show? Can you confirm that for us real fast?
That's going to be I should have had to send it. The 29th through the 1st and the 6th, 7th, and 8th. So in just 2 weeks.
1st and the 6th, 7th, and 8th of October. Hey, yes. Andy!
We're opening very soon, and I'll look very different. I'm dyeing my hair a week from Monday for the show.
Pictures in the Thirst channel of
Patreon.
You know it. Didn't happen. We want to see the thirst.
If only. Frosted tips. We're going for the 90s look.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It's going to be great.
And first time over to the Symphony streams, but one of my very, very first backers, we have Adam. Adam, tell us who you are, what you do, where people can find you, some of the absolutely amazing things that you've written, and what your favorite animal of the day is. Ooh, you got something different.
Yeah, I was thinking colors already. So my name is Adam, and as Bridgett said, this is the first stream I've done with anyone, really. I've been behind the scenes on a couple, but not had my face on the camera. So be patient with me. Things that I've worked on, start off helping out Chris Spivey with some of his projects with Darker Hue Studios on stretch goals for the original Harlem Unbound project, and then worked on Harlem Unbound 2, was the editor and playtester in various roles of that. But the biggest thing I've worked on has been Haunted West, which you haven't seen it. This giant tome pages, and did rule design and writing and just various roles on that project. And we did win a silver Emmy on that one for the rules. If anybody hasn't tried it, I recommend you do. It's a really fun game. And then did some stuff for Scion.
Yeah.
For Scion Second Edition. Worked on the project called Mass of the Mythos, also with Chris and several other people you guys would know, Chad and some others. And right now, starting to get into working on some stuff for Cthulhu Eternal, if you guys are familiar with and that group. So a lot of cool stuff going on.
I love it. Adam.
And I'm glad to be here. Favorite animal? Ooh. A dog. I just love my dogs.
This is the way.
It's boring, but it's true.
This was the right answer for Bridgett every day and twice on Sunday. Adam, welcome to the Symphony for the very first time. Congratulations on making the leap on streaming for the first time. Thank you for trusting us with that. You're in great hands. The chat, I can't make any promises, but with Doc and I, you're definitely okay.
Allegedly.
Well, to send thoughts and prayers. Also, I've already thrown it out to chat. We're going to go ahead and talk about you possibly coming back on and running Haunted West for us. But that's a conversation for after this Sonata. All right, guys. Whew. Due to this being a purely improvised game, I am not able to offer content warnings on the front end. However, please be advised, I have polled the players for their red lines. We know the content that we can play with. We know the content that we cannot play with. Cast understands that the X card is in play. X's can be sent via private message in Zoom, or you can do it visibly right here on stream. We will catch it. If an X is thrown, there is no judgment passed. There are no questions asked. We will also be using Doc's and I's favorite safety tool. I think it's still Doc's. It's my favorite anyways. Yeah. Which is the green, yellow, red traffic light method. So if at any point someone wants to call for a temperature check, we call it, we audibly call out our color, and we rock out from there. So without further ado, let me get the hell out of Adam's way and allow him to hop us into the content. Baby, the stage is yours.
Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different today. The gentleman behind Cthulhu Eternal and also Cthulhu Reborn, if you're familiar with that, Dean Englehart, put out a great product a few years ago called now I can't even remember what it is. Dateline Lovecraft, which was a newspaper of the Arkham Gazette, or whatever, the Arkham Advertiser, whatever the newspaper is. And within that are all kinds of articles and basically props for running an RPG session. So what we're going to do is just use some loose Cthulhu Dark rules. Just keep pretty simple. There's 12 pages in the newspaper, so Bridgett and Doc have copies of that. They're going to pick a page together and pick an article together, and then we're just going to run with that. So there's no prep beyond the copy of Dateline Lovecraft. So here we go.
Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, Adam, just to clarify, you want both Doc and I to choose a different article, right? Or are we settling on one?
I'd prefer you settle on one.
Okay.
If you have two different ones, we can mash them together.
No, I love it. So, Doc, are you eyeing an article that you're interested in, or do you want me to throw it to chat to give us a page number?
I say throw it to chat to give us a page number. Let's go full chaos.
Let's go full chaos. Chat, you have 12 pages to choose from. Choose a page number. First number I see is the page we're going to. Page 5 from Hedge. 5. All right.
Captain Alpaca himself.
Listen, Alpaca is in the building. Okay, guys, I'm looking at page 5. At least I believe I am. Doc, from what you're looking at on page 5, are you seeing MU Varsity Held in the top corner?
I am, yes.
Okay, chat. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 columns to this newspaper. First number, 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody hit me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chris
Bates got 4.
Fourth column. Okay. Doc, you want to take us from there?
Let's go for the 50-mile event at the new Bolton Auto Speedway.
Oh, okay.
I was eyeing that when we were looking through this in the pregame chat. That one sounds fun.
Okay.
Little auto racing.
Does anybody want to read it? So
I can read it if you'd like.
Doc, take us away.
Racing of the sensational sort is promised for the program arranged at the Whitewood Speedway, situated on the Bolton-Essex Road between Addlewood Rise and Tillinghast Farm for tomorrow. Noted drivers from all parts of the Northeast have been engaged In the events, and among other things to be decided during the afternoon, is the question whether Nathaniel Averine, popular Baltimore driver, is invincible when driving over the half-mile board saucer. Averine holds the 2 major races already held at Whitewood to his list of winning trophies, winning the 100-mile inaugural race, the 25-mile feature event of 2 weeks ago. Impending program will find him encountering considerably stouter opposition, for among the many drivers who will compete against him are to be found such names as Bill Chitton, holder of the half-mile records at Akron, Ohio,
Hard
and
stop,
Bridgeville,
born
PA.
and raised. Hard stop. I'm so sorry. Akron, Ohio, born and raised. I'm sorry. Please continue. Sorry.
And Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. Bill Lamprey, Tommy Randolph, Ralph Mathewson, Edward Derby, and Henry Turgeon. The feature race will be over the 50-mile distance. 10-mile qualifying races will determine the final field. The first 2 finishing in each preliminary event will be eligible to start for the big purse.
Oh,
Interesting.
that is interesting.
And chat is already all over this.
Chat is thirsty. Chris already came out swinging with Death on the Asphalt. Death Race, 1927.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. What do we got here? Edward Derby.
I had to go for that Akron, Ohio, just for you, Bridgett.
I'm so excited for it. Hedge chose a good page.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
No money, just a purse.
Yeah. Well, then what's the Derby and the boxcar Derby up in Akron?
Don't get me
So
lying to you, but that is a whole major thing there. You can hear more about it at Hometown Horrors too.
It's the day of the race.
Okay.
Tell me about your characters, Bridgett.
Ooh.
So we're Cthulhu Dark, so you're going to pick a profession, and a little bit about them.
Oh, so many different options. Okay, so I have a question just so I know how off the walls I can go, or how do you want us to be actual racers, or can we be absolutely anybody involved whatsoever?
Anybody. If you want to be a racer, you can be a racer. Otherwise, you'd be somebody else. Demon driver, according to Chris Bates.
Oh, mechanic is actually a really, really good idea from Slightly Happy Rhino too. Somebody else throw me out one more profession, and I'll choose between mechanic, demon driver. I was thinking like volunteer, or like the high school sweetheart that's just there to try to get bids for prom. I was thinking about something that totally doesn't belong there, but is in the peripheral like a fan. So we have demon driver, mechanic, flag girl.
Flag girl.
Done.
There you go.
Flag
there it is.
girl.
You're gonna be the flag girl. Okay. Tell us what's her name and what's her background.
Okay, so let's see here. This is Flag. Hi, my name is Flag Girl, but I really don't like being called Flag Girl, but you can really call me anything that you want. My name is Janice Starlight. That is the stage name that I go by. I am a theater student, a third-year theater student at a local university, and sometimes I get bid out or contracted out for things like this roller derby race, or I can show up at your kid's birthday party, or I can do all of these really fun things because I sing and I dance and I have a background in acrobatics. So Flag Girl is a little beneath me, but after that thing that happened last summer, I'm just kind of really grateful for any work that I can get right now. Janice Starlight is a very petite but very voluptuous simultaneously white girl that has like the bright red hair that's pulled up high into the ponytails, the splash of freckles across her face, that you know that she has natural freckles, but given the design that's across her cheeks and her nose, she might have embellished it just a little bit for cosmetics reason. But like, this is like the big boobs with the short skirts, as appropriate for whatever year this actually is.
Yeah, what year is it? We're going to stick with the 2027, or are we going to make it the 50s or the...
Doc, do you have a preference? Chat, do y'all have a preference? What
era? I know Bates was buzzing for the 80s earlier.
That sounds like 80s to me.
It seems like a symphony go-to is the 80s these days.
Yeah, it is.
Fingerless gloves that are red with the crop top and like the pleated skirt and like the high socks and the shoes. This is Flag Girl ready to go. Again, this is Janice Starlight. Her actual name is something like Margaret Henley, but it's Janice Starlight.
Yes. Okay, Doc.
So I'm going to pick up on one of these suggestions going for the mechanic.
Yes.
I'm going to be Mike the Wrench Spanner, but everyone just calls him Wrench.
Okay.
He's a big, burly guy. He finished high school but never really went to college, said to himself, I'm good with my hands. I know what I'm about. And he's a very talented mechanic, works in all the pit crews when he can. And in terms of visual, like I said, very big, tall, broad shoulders. His hair is always cut very short. A little bit of stubble on his chin, just enough to know that he forgot to shave yesterday.
Mm.
And when he walks in to get something done, you know the job's going to get done. He's the kind of guy that you call in to fix the unfixable problem.
Oh, all-star mechanic. Okay.
Nice. Okay. Anything else about your characters you want to? Nope. Okay. So it's the day of the race. It's the day of the race. There's a huge crowd around. Well, for Arkham.
Yeah.
Probably 3,000-4,000 people. But this is, a race venue that has a lot of history from clear back into the 20s, into the early days. The racetrack is fairly well known across the country, but it's kind of been a long time since they did any renovations or upgraded it. So it's also looking a little drab and a little seedy. All the stands are made of wood, where all the new racetracks are cement and steel. But there's still a lot of nostalgia for this place, that people want to go there and feel like they've gone back home. That kind of sensation, and it's a good place for up-and-coming race car drivers and those who are maybe on the tail end of their career to show up and get into a race and see what's going to happen. So when the day of the race is coming, and there's again all the people they're filing in, Doc, who's the driver that you're working for?
Let's pull one of the guys from the article.
Okay.
How about I'm working for Bill Chitton from Akron, Ohio.
This is the way, Doc. You the homies.
Yeah. And what kind of car does Bill race with?
He's got an old Ford he uses.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Now, has Janice done the flag girl routine here at the race before?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is I'm coming back I did it maybe 6 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah,
okay.
I'm coming back.
So who's someone you remember that you've interacted with on these the different times that you've been here?
Oh, just because I was thinking about playing this character, there is a volunteer that comes here every single year. They donate their time and their energy for like passing out water, and it's usually sponsored by so-and-so. So either Pepsi Cola sponsored their brand of water for this, or the school donated this. But this individual is, I'm going to run through chat really fast because I saw some names before. The water seller, I'm going to do that. We're going to go with Edward Clemmings.
Okay.
This is a very, very, very charismatic middle-aged black guy that is like the life of every party. Every room he walks in lights up. He has what I want naturally. I have to pretend and I have to turn it on and I have to be the spectacle. This guy is just a volunteer and he just wakes up on awesome. And I am completely drawn to Edward Cummings every single time he's at one of these events.
Okay. And what do you talk to him any at all outside of these events, or?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's say we do. We link up intermittently, like maybe once a month, every other month, we kind of get together. Yeah. Nothing romantic at all. This is almost like that father-daughter type of relationship. Yeah.
Okay, so he's older?
He's older. Yeah. Like let's put him in his 60s. Lex is here.
Yeah. Who's here?
Lex. I love some Lex. Lex is the homies.
I'm making a note here so I don't forget.
You were good.
So what's your normal routine? Do you just go up and go up into the tower over the track and wave the flag and you stay up there during the whole race? Or
Oh, okay. This is Bridgett not knowing racing. Flag girls are usually the ones that are like, let's super be sexy, and they wave the flag to actually initiate the car race, right?
Yep.
So this is probably something where her overexcited, obnoxious ass gets called out, and she's usually in, or at least in this one, she's going to be in a jumpsuit of some sort that she's going to strip out of and do a quick little show before she drops the flags for the cars to go by.
Okay. What's under the jumpsuit?
Oh, hey Matt, what's under the jumpsuit?
There ain't much under the jumpsuit. she prays every time that zipper holds, because if something were to pop, there would be a scandal on our hands.
Okay.
It's not tasteful, but it will definitely get everyone's attention. She'll be invited back next year.
She'll be invited back.
Doc, what's the pace car?
The pace car is a little. I don't know much about racing. So let's say it's a tiny red car.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
I picked an article about racing. I know nothing about racing.
Nor do I. Welcome to a Sonata. It's improvised horror.
We're doing great.
We're doing great.
I just remember from watching when I was a kid once in a while.
Yep.
Okay, so the race is everything's heating up for the race. Your driver is, was his name Mike? Was that his?
Bill.
Bill is
Bill Chitton.
Good old Bill is really focused on making sure the car is in perfect condition. You're getting ready to go out into the service area where the cars will start lining up. And what's his pole position? Where is he? Say there's 20 cars in the race.
He's toward the middle.
Okay.
I mean, he's going in with the championship under his belt from other tracks, but they kind of slighted him a little bit, so he's driving angry.
Okay, got it.
Driving angry.
So you're getting everybody. They're getting everybody lined up, and that's what the pace car is for. Is they kind of start in front of everybody. The cars start moving around the track, and making sure that they're in the right positions. And then the pace car pulls off, and Bridgett or Janice drops the flags and her clothing, and away the cars go. So yeah, that would be interesting.
It would be, right?
Yeah.
Book me for next year, honey.
Yes. Well, that's how you guarantee you get booked for year 6. So the cars are taken off. One of the things, Bridgett, what Janice normally would do is after what the flag person would normally do is go up to a tower. So if there's like a caution or anything like that, you maybe would go up there, or that could be one of the race officials that does that instead. Which would you prefer?
Where are the most eyes going to be on me? In that tower, or me running around the stands where I am?
Yeah.
Up.
I mean, people on in the stands would be able to see you somewhat in the tower, but if you went into the stands and started walking around, obviously, people are going to a little more up close. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then let's make a whole show out of it. No. It was in my contract that I negotiated that someone else gets the flag from the tower. I'm just kind of like the opening act. So no, she's going to run around the pit, and she's going to hype girl, and she's going to cheer people on. And it's like the little striptease shows where she's back in the jumpsuit, but she's partly out of the jumpsuit.
Yeah. And then Doc, what are you doing when once the cars are off?
I would be in the pit crew, kind of keeping them organized, making sure as soon as somebody comes in, we get them in, we get them out. It's kind of got a little like a wrench on my shoulder, not a big one, not like that infamous the other Sonata, but like he's got a wrench always near him. Okay,
so that's a good idea, Dave.
It is.
So as the race is going, it's been this is, what was it, a 25-mile race? So it's a pretty short race.
50 mile.
50 miles. So, relatively short race. So it's been going on for about 20 minutes. Nothing really exciting has happened. And but then all of a sudden you hear all kinds of crazy sounds from the track. The sounds of squealing tires, the sound of metal hitting against metal, and tell me what you do. Either one of you.
You want to go first, Bridgett?
Yeah. Oh no, you jump out there first. Let's see where you go,
All
and
right.
I'll compliment.
So I'm gonna jump out and I will immediately whip the pit crews up to be getting them whatever fire suppression equipment we got handy, making sure we can get where we need to go fast in case somebody's hurt. Trying to flag the medical teams, be like, if somebody's hurt, we are getting out there. And also, just because I like the way Chris Bates put it, he's also now spinning the wrench on his finger like a fidget spinner.
This is good. Yes.
What's Janice doing?
Yeah, so the squealing of tires, metal, I think she was, somewhere in front of a group of college boys having the time of her life. She was having fun. They were having time. And, like, she whips around. This is the 80s, so this isn't like cell phone, let's capture this, but the news crews are going to be there. Yeah. So she's going to make her way down at least to the track area out of the stands just to see if she can get a better view of what's going on. You know that watching a train wreck degree of curiosity? It's that's pulling her forward, but also she knows for a fact that all media attention is going to be on that side of the track. If we can get near that, around that in the periphery, that's a double bang for a buck. So she's positioning. Okay.
So what you see is at turn one, it looked like several cars, somebody tried to pass or something. It's hard to tell exactly, but there's a pile up there. And some of the cars managed to get through, but it looks like about half of the field has now been like wiped out from this accident. So the other cars are under caution and they're, kind of still pulling in, but you do see them start to pull into the pit, the ones that are still moving. And Doc, is Bill still in the race or not?
Ooh.
Bill is not in the race anymore. He got clipped early in that pileup, but it doesn't look unsalvageable for him. He thinks he could get back in, but he'd just take a big hit to his time.
Okay, so it takes a while for this thing to get untangled, so there's kind of a pause and everything.
Sure.
And as they clear the track, but Bill does come back around, bring it in, and like you said, the assessment was the car is fixable for some operation, so you can do like your human die and your professional die just to see to what degree of success you have.
Let me grab some dice here real quick. Didn't have dice handy.
Sorry.
All good.
Symphony Sonatas.
That's a 2 and a 3 respectively.
Oof.
So we're not doing great.
You're able to get it where you think it might last the rest of the race, but not super confident.
Okay.
We'll pray on it, as Bridgett says.
Okay.
Yep.
And Janice does manage to get some time on the television cameras, and folks are like, "Ooh, really excited for you." Your folks back at home, if they're watching because it's going live.
Yeah.
After a few minutes, the race starts spinning back up. Bill, gets out of the pits and is cruising along, and there's something. What does Janice go back up into the stands or?
Oh, you know what? Okay, that was a lot of excitement. That was a lot of excitement. I think she's going to stay in the pit area. Just try to kind of get into the shade, get some water, cool down. She'll grab some water from Edward, and then kind of go hang out with the mechanics here for a minute. Just kind of like do some downtime before the big finish, and she can go back up and be cute.
Okay, so the race continues on without much in the way of any incident. And so you're getting about down to the last 10 laps or so. Bill comes back in for a pit. What issue is he having other than just needing to refuel? Tires?
His tires are, one of them's a little loose and wonky. Okay. So he's worried about going on, so he's going to swap out a tire.
Okay. So you get that done, takes off out of the pit, and then as he's leaving the pit, you notice there's another car, and this is a driver that you aren't really that familiar with. His car is number 11, and he looks like almost deliberately blocks Bill from being able to leave the pit, and Bill's car essentially flips over the railing and into as he's trying to go in, rejoin the race. And as you watch, you see this driver just continue to get faster and faster, and the number 11 car, and more aggressive as he or they, kind of overtake the rest of the field. And this isn't someone you've seen around before, or that you're familiar with, this number 11 car.
I've never seen him before.
So in the chat, who is this person?
Ooh, all right, chat. Who is number 11? While chat is deciding, Janice is going to actually kind of like move up to Wrench. She knows him passively, like, they've worked this before, been whatever. They know of each other. And I think she's just looking at the number 11 car, and I'm going to ask, like, Wrench, who the hell is that?
I have no idea. I've never seen that car before. Are they late entry or something? I mean, and he'll grab like a piece of paper looking for all the entrants to see if there's anybody listed under number 11.
And she's looking at that car and looking down, and like, I've never seen that car before.
There's a grizzled old guy in your crew, Doc, and this old guy named Andy, and he says they call him Johnny Blaze. I've seen this kid before.
A young kid or something?
Well,
got something to prove?
The last time I saw him, I guess I shouldn't say kid, was like 50 years ago.
50? Why is he still racing?
50
years ago?
50 years.
Jesus. Why the hell is he still in the... What's wrong with this guy? What happened to him?
Ooh. Chat is coming
Chat
out
coming
dark.
Through.
Chat came out dark.
And that's where I was going.
I had a feeling when you said 50 years ago.
50 years ago, yeah. We were waiting on it. I love it. Okay.
I think he's dead.
What?
Last I heard, he was dead.
And I will grab the front of that guy's jumpsuit and just by sheer size kind of lift him up a little bit. Then why the hell is he here?
Maybe ask him.
And I'll look out at the car. And you said he sped off, right?
Yeah, he sped off in front of everybody, and he's basically overtaken the field. And there's just Janice, you kind of you saw all the cars up close and personal while you were there, and you don't remember a number 11 car at the start of the race.
No, Wrench, there wasn't an 11 when we started the match.
Then how the hell did we get out here?
Got there.
Call the booth. See if we can find out what's going on.
Okay. She will go initiate that sequence, whatever that looks like in the 80s, to get contact with the tower.
To do that. Yep. It's just a phone in the it's not an outgoing phone. It's an internal phone service for the track, and you're able to call up to the booth. They're like, hey, we're kind of busy up here. There's something weird going on.
Yeah, I know. There's something weird going down here too. Do you guys have eyes on car 11?
Yeah. Do you know anything about it? Because there was no car 11 in the race.
I know, but it's here now. And shit, do you guys remember Johnny Blaze? Does that name mean anything to you guys?
Well, yeah, he crashed and died on the track.
Shit, was it this track?
Yeah. Somebody smacked him coming out of the pit, and he flew into the infield and died. His car flipped.
I know this is a weird question, but I'm down here with Wrench, and she'll name whomever that other mechanic was.
Yeah,
Is that Johnny Blaze's car?
it could be. It could be. We're just kind of dumbfounded by this whole thing, and kind of worried about Bill. What's Bill's car number?
Number 7.
Yeah, we're kind of worried about that number 7 car because one of the old timers up here says that he was a kid when Johnny's accident happened, but this is this looks just like what happened to him.
Look, Tower, I know this isn't my place, but I'm just throwing it out there in case you guys haven't looked at this potential, situation, but you have an unauthorized driver on the track, right? Should you call the race? Should you pull it to a stop?
Yeah. We're trying to get things handled. So I'm going to go so I can try to deal with this.
Okay. She'll hang up. Wrench, they're. I think they're going to try to call the race or stop the match.
They better.
Yeah,
they better do something.
You do see if you look up at the tower, there's somebody with the caution flag and then the pace car has pulled out to try to slow down the field of cars, but then you just hear huge commotion again, and the number 11 car kind of just blows through the other cars that are slowing down like it's light, and just blows right through them, blows through the pace car, and then in front of everyone disappears.
Oh.
And there is stunned silence.
Yep.
That's how I felt.
in the stadium.
Did you see that, Janice?
I saw something, but I saw a car disappear, and that wouldn't make sense. Cars don't disappear, right?
I've been doing this for years. I've never seen a car do that.
Okay. What do we do? Do we do anything? I shouldn't do anything. I should just stay here, right? Is there something we should be doing?
I'm gonna run over to see if Bill's car is okay. See if Bill's out and everything. Because I feel like, as a mechanic, I wouldn't be the person to get him out of the vehicle necessarily, but just making sure like everything's okay there. See if.
Yeah, when you get there, the car has been flipped, but the safety crew for the track has managed to pull him out. The medical folks that are there tell you, he's alive, but he's in pretty bad shape. So they've got him on a backboard. They've got an ambulance coming around so they can pick him up and take him to go get medical care. So you're there while they're doing that. What else do you want to do while you're there near the car?
I would try to find any evidence of, like, when the car got hit, was there any residual paint? Was there anything left behind, or any weird marks that like may have caused the car to materialize? Any signs of that? As he's doing this, he's just like, he's spinning his wrench just angrily in his fingers, just to do something.
So as you're looking over the car, what you notice most is, and this is something just wasn't there, is that the metal parts of the car, because I think it generally has like a fiberglass type body, to keep it light. But everything is starting to degrade like fast. You see the rubber on the tires, they're starting to fray. The fiberglass is breaking down. It's just like this car, from the time you had it new in the pit stop, or relatively new and recently serviced, looks like before, in front of your eyes, looks like it's been sitting in a barn for a decade or more.
Wow.
and is rapidly deteriorating as you watch.
What the fuck? I just fixed this car up yesterday. And I'll just like try to pick up a piece of it as it's degrading, and
Yeah,
I was like, only rub it between my fingers, like for some like the rust, and they'd be like, "What is this?"
It's exactly what it looks like. It's the car is just coming apart, and eventually it slows down and stops, and it looks like any old heap that you would see out in the junkyard or out that's been sitting in a barnyard for a few decades.
Wow.
I will kick the car, just be like, what the hell is, and then kind of like look out to where the ghost car disappeared to, and just looking for any sign of like what the hell just happened. Like Wrench is clearly, he knows this car. He knows every piece of this car.
Yeah.
Roll the 3d6 to include your insight.
There's a 4, a 6, and a 4.
Which one's your insight die?
The middle die. The 4 on the insight.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know any like old legends? Can you think of an old legend you know about racing?
I really don't.
Like
I don't know Ghost Legends. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. So you do get some insight.
Okay.
On that. Some weird shit's going on.
Yeah.
Some weird shit's going on.
Agreed.
And, it's something that's beyond what you would describe as normal.
Yeah.
And that maybe this is something you need to like delve into a little bit more to see if you want to solve it. It's probably going to be you have to leave the track, go look elsewhere, or it's not going to be right in front of your face anyway.
I'm going to try to take a small piece of the car.
Ooh, small.
Okay.
Be it like a piece of the body or just a piece of metal that I can fit in my pocket kind of stealthily, and just be like, whatever's going on, we ain't going to find it here.
Yep. So something that's like a denser metal that would take a long time to degrade. Okay.
Something that wouldn't dissolve in my pocket, basically.
Sure. Okay. What's Janice up to at this point?
Yeah, so Janice was left by Wrench, and she's kind of standing there in the pit, shell-shocked, and she's doing that whole, like, what do I do? Who do I call? What should we do? I shouldn't do anything. I don't have any business. There's nothing for me to do here. But as she's saying that, she's being drawn to the exact point on the track where that car disappeared.
Okay.
So she is going to, walk out as carefully as she can, but she's skirting with, like, making as much of a beeline as she can to the exact point where that car disappeared. I'm sure her subconscious is going, all the cameras are going to be focused on that spot because that's where that car disappeared. But that's not what she's actually thinking. It's almost like she's trying to convince herself that didn't happen. There has to be a logical explanation at this point where this car disappeared. And then there's probably another part of her who has worked enough public events to know once that shell shock runs off, there may be a stampeding situation, and she doesn't want to be anywhere near those arena doors if people start flooding out in a panic.
Sure. No, that's good. And you see some of that now that people are starting to head out. Then you also see as you're approaching the spot where the car disappeared, you see Edward, your friend, the water guy, and he's just kind of standing there, just staring. It's kind of strange. You almost see like a double image of Edward as he's standing there, as him as the older man that the grandfatherly figure, and like a 10-year-old boy. Hold on, I need to fix something.
Yeah, you need to fix my sanity. Oh shit, you just broke Bridgett on that one. Oh, that was so incredibly delightful. So, and then let me know when you're good, Adam.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, Mike. I didn't realize, but my laptop wasn't plugged in, and it was like, you better
Hey, we're gonna give up here before the sonata ends in the next where we at with my timing
14
in the next
minutes.
9 minutes.
Yeah.
So she's gonna move up to Edward, and I think she's just going to she never actually holds his hand as much as she like wraps her arm around his forearm in a very paternal type of way. And I think she's gonna look at him at 10 years old, and she's gonna look up at him. Dad, what's happening?
I was there. I was there when he died.
She's going to use her nose to point at whatever it is she's looking at. Is that you at 10?
Yeah. And you see he's got a little as a 10-year-old, he's wearing like little coveralls like the pit crew guys do, and just standing there just looking totally lost. And I'm looking at this chat over here.
Chat is dangerous, honey. You got to be careful with them.
Yeah, Chat's got some great ideas.
Yeah, they
do. And you can see the 10-year-old version of Edward starts to cry a little bit. And then, man, these people like have great ideas.
Yeah, they do.
Just says, Dad. And then he fades out too. And all that's left is the older Edward, So what do you do?
I start crying. There's no way that she can't help tears
running
down her face.
Tears kind of gone down his face too, and he's very, very touched by the whole thing. But then also you see sort of a look of sadness because of the wreckage and the carnage that went on behind him, and he just kind of just stands there with you and calmly. What's Doc doing?
So I'm gonna have a little fun with this one. I'm gonna look over to Janice and say, Janice, who are you talking to?
And I have my arm wrapped around this older black gentleman that she calls Dad, because this is very Wendy's white girl with the smeared freckles that are, spilling across her cheeks right now with her tears in her hair. She's still holding his arm, and she's going to look over to her, she's going to look over her shoulder over at Wrench, and she's like, Edward. But there's two
Who's
of them.
Edward?
That's confusing to her, because he should know Edward better than she knows Edward. I'm going to look up. I still see Edward, right? I still feel Edward. I feel Edward. I see Edward.
As you're standing there, you kind of, because you got your arm looped through his.
Yeah.
And it starts, it's not a solid. That is becoming his, it's tenuous. And then as you look to him, he slowly just fades away. Just like the 10-year-old version of him.
This is an mid-20s girl that looks like she's trying to catch water. She's literally trying to catch water as he's fading away from her, pulling away from her. Tears are running down her face, and she turns and her ponytail is flying, and she's going to lock eyes with Wrench, and she's going to scream at him, "What did you do?"
What are you talking about? You walked over there and then started flailing around talking to somebody, but there's no one there.
No, Edward was right here. Edward was right here. He was here. I was holding his arm. What's happening? What's happening here? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
I'll tell you what's happening. A fucking wreck on the track. Are you okay?
Can you both roll insight die?
I can't wait to roll it for you.
I got a 4.
I got a 4 as well.
you don't. It's taking you a minute to figure out things, but as you're looking around and you see, people have headed to the exits, you realize that once people go out the gate, they're not there anymore. And then eventually you start seeing that the entire racetrack is a decrepit old mess. And then understand that neither of you are alive either.
Adam, I think that's a great call point. Is that game?
Yeah, it's game.
Holy shit. What just happened? Oh, God. Okay. I need to talk back. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to get to the copy. And that, friends of the Symphony, is where our show ends for tonight. What the hell just happened? Thank you so much to everyone who joined in or is currently watching the replay. You are indeed the best part of waking up, and we sincerely appreciate you. Again, if you've enjoyed this content, please consider backing us at Patreon or on Patreon at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. I am reading this copy because that's what's in front of me, but I really want to put my face down on the table and ask the wall what just happened to me 15 times straight in a row. Whew. Adam, and this is your first time streaming ever? Fuck me. Okay, chat.
Thanks.
Y'all were on fire. Starting with Doc. Please, baby, if you would be so kind, go ahead and do your outro, who you are, where people can find you, and what just happened to your soul too.
I should have written this down. I've never gotten to an outro that I'm not sitting there going, I just can't make words. I'm Doc. I teach chemistry. I write stuff. I'm on the Discords. My brain is currently melting out of my ears a little bit. Yes. Find me on the Discord. Say hi. Pick up all part of the game. We were one sale off silver at the start of the stream, so hopefully. And also, Miskatonic Repository Con. I'm running it there. If you want to, try before you buy, do that. And I'm going to sound up with what's the chat saying. Adam, come back, please.
Adam needs to come back for sure.
Back for this. This is fantastic.
Holy cow! I know. I was trying to read the copy. Like my heart's not even reading this right now. I just want to go to bed. Adam,
I need to look like I have a cigarette now. I don't even smoke.
I want to admit first when Doc picked the race story, I was like, "What the hell am I going to do with this?" But
three of us.
Worked. Yeah.
You stuck your landing. For all three of us to be like, huh? You stuck. Okay, so Adam, please do your outro, baby.
Again, I'm Adam on Discord, in the Symphony Discord, and in and out of there a lot. Work keeps me extremely busy, so I might disappear for a couple weeks at a time. But I again, have written some stuff. Need to get back into writing some more stuff, and just love this opportunity and hope to be back.
Ooh. Holy Toledo, guys. I'm still trying to figure out what happened to my life. Okay. Last FYIs of the day. Symphony's last September Sonata is going to be GM'd and hosted by Benefactor backer Skip Morton. That is going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. I do believe that's what's on my calendar. I hope that's what's also on the flyer. We'll send thoughts and prayers. Yep, that is. So we'll see you back same station tomorrow at 7 p.m. for Skip. I will be at Big Bad Con in San Francisco. I get in on the 27th and I will be there through the 2nd. So if you are in that area, feel free to link up, connect, all of that fun stuff. And as Matt just mentioned, Miskatonic Repository Con is coming back for its 3rd year. That is going to be October 13th through the 15th online. You can check them out at facebook.com/Miskatonic Repository Con for more information. If you don't have Facebook, that link will still work. It will hop you over to the tabletop events link. It will get you onto their Discord where you can run games, play games, submit games, and really just be surrounded by an absolutely spectacular community. Guys, chat, y'all slayed it. Matt, that twist at the end was sexy. We hope you have enjoyed the symphony. And guys, we look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Mwah! Have an absolutely wonderful afternoon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Mwah!
Bye.